mock-up motor. It's just a block, heads, valve covers, and
we're going to throw an Indy Power Products oil pan on it.
What intake are you going to run, Brian?
It's going to have the Innovate intake on it.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to have the ITBs, individual throttle bodies.
And tell us about the car.
It's 69 Fairlane Cobra, bought it in 1976, so 50 years ago, for $375. It's an R code Fairlane. It had about 43,000 miles on it when it went off when I stopped driving it, and now we're going to resto mod it.
Oh,
and the reason we're resto modding it is even when I bought it, it was missing a lot of the stock parts. And to be open, by the time I bought all the stock parts and put it on and made it look 100% original, I could buy a nice one for that same price of the parts. So that's why we're resto modding it.
Oh, that's cool. Well, we'll get more into that car because we're going to head over to TeamZ as soon as we get this loaded up and take a look at the actual car that Brian is building and that he's owned for 50 years. Going to be a neat project, but this is the mock-up motor going in it, and it'll have a pretty mean Godzilla when it's all said and done. Use a forklift to change spark plugs?
Absolutely, because if I didn't use the forklift, I'd have to bend over the fender apron, and my back at my age gets a little tired, so it's a lot easier just to pull the motor and put new spark plugs in.
Gotcha. Now tell everybody the real reason you're doing it.
The real reason we're doing it is we're sending this for mock-up in the Fairlane, and it's always good to have the spark plugs in there because custom headers will be made, and this way we can confirm spark plug clearance to the headers to make life easier in the future.
Me and my man up there following him, we're gonna go take a ride this morning. As you can see, it snowed a little bit. It is absolutely beautiful up here. It's cold, it's 13 degrees, and it says negative, feels like -1. It's a little brisk, but it's a gorgeous day.
Trained professional. You're good. Come on, grab another. Okay, tip the forks a little if you can. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
She's wonderful, babe.
I know.
That's what I like. You lower the forks a little more.
Lower the, there you go.
Okay, get back out.
Into the fuzzy mic.
That's right. So here we are at TeamZ Motorsports. What are we looking at? This is a 1969 Fairlane Cobra Jet. So it was a Ram Air car. Bought it in 1976. So almost 50 years ago. I would have bought it in the summer. So I had that car in high school. It was the first car I owned. I was 15 when I bought it. And only really drove it for about a year. It had about 43,000 miles on it. And it went through a couple phases with me. And then it sat for a long time. And it was time to do something with it. One of the options was to restore it back to original, but even though I bought it with the car only 7, 8 years old, many of the factory parts were off. The Ram air cleaner didn't have all the right interior and stuff like that. So to make the car all original, it would have then cost as much money as to buy one already done. So we decided to do a resto mod. So even though it's a Fairlane Cobra Ram Air car, I think resto mod's the right action because being, you know, a little older now, I'd like to hop in the car and be able to drive it from Michigan to Florida if that was the desire. And Dave helped me with that decision. Right? Dave, remember we talked about I was thinking twin turbos and all that, and what did you tell me?
Yeah, he wanted to go crazy, and I said this, you know, twin turbos on a street car, getting in it and driving it has a lot of cool factor, but we came up with a plan to basically give it a different type of cool factor, make it more along the lines of a pro touring car so he could jump into it and drive it down the street and have something with a little bit of manners. So we're going to get rid of the entire stock front suspension and put a double A-arm suspension on it by TCI. We're going to put that in. Obviously, we're going to have to modify it to fit the Godzilla in. And then in the rear, we're going to do parallel 4-link and some good shocks and suspension on the rear so that if he wants to go fast in a straight line, he can. And with a little bit of adjustment, he can have it have all kinds of manners and ride quality.
Yeah, and then the other thing is what Dave said that really like was the trigger point. got me off the ledge on a twin turbo cool factor was, are you going to want air conditioning? What about cooling the engine, all that? He goes, you start to stack all the, the intercooler, all those coolers up. It's not going to do what you want to do, just be able to hop it and drive it anywhere. So that was a big factor to keep it naturally aspirated. And then the back, we're going to do a custom fuel cell as well in the back, out of stainless, so we can run the 85 if we want. So it's going to be a really nice driver, and then we're going to keep the interior and the thing a stock bucket seat console interior in it, so it has that look of a 69 Fairlane and the heart of Godzilla.
Yeah, we really don't want to modify the floor pan or anything like that. We may have to, if you just, depending on the transmission he decides to go on, we may have to put a bump out in the trans tunnel or something like that. But looking at everything that's there, we should be okay with the floor pan. Of course, pretty much everything from the back seat back is going to get cut out and re-tinned.
What are you thinking for transmission?
Probably going to do a 6R. Originally I was thinking maybe a Turbo 400 with our gear vendors, but as I thought about it more, as more of a driver, just keep it simple and and enjoy it, and that's going to be the mode going forward. Timeline on this project, I'm thinking probably late this year Dave will be done with the chassis on it, but then it's got to go back to my shop and we got to get put it all together, make it run, drive, all that, and then blow it apart and send it out for paint. So it's probably going to be I think optimistically a 3-year project before it's all done, but probably get it back to a roller sometime late this year.
Yeah, barring any complications, we expect to get it done by the end of April, beginning of May, the stuff that we have to do on it. Like I said, we'll remove the shock towers in this thing and do some really nice tin work inside here so that he can paint it body color, and it'll look a little bit better than stock. It'll look more like a show car, but
What are you thinking on color? Any ideas?
I'm bouncing between a pewter type color and a burgundy. There was a royal crimson color Ford had in '08 that reminds me of like the '69 Mustang burgundy, which is a nice look, but the car might just be too big for that. And I've seen a couple of them in a pewter color that look good, so we're going to go back and forth.
That's awesome. So before we talk any more about the build, tell us some stories, man. Like, how old were you when you bought it?
Yep.
And did you drag race it?
Yeah, so I bought it when I was 15, somewhere before I turned 16. I got my driver's license. I remember going up, getting my driver's license, not in this car, but in a different car. And then I got a driver's license at my 16th birthday. Then went back to school, and within an hour getting my driver's license, I was doing a burnout in this thing. And it was fun. I mean, and again, you think the car was really fast, but then we took it to the drag strip, and it was like it ran like 14, I think 20s or something, 1430s.
And that was with the 428 Cobra Jet.
That was a 420 Cobra Jet, right? And then we ended up kind of making it a stocker build, like NHRA stock class legal, but it really, there was no porting or fake porting done to the heads. It just really had a cam in it, and a 456 gear with slicks, and it went like 1280s with it. And at one point in time, a buddy of mine raced it once at Milan. I think there was a national event there. He raced it in 1290 class. I let him drive it. His name was Greg Kazel. He was a buddy of mine from Ford. Super good fabricator. He did a lot of work at his home, built all of his own cars and that. So that was it. And we did. Like I said, it didn't have a lot of drive history with me, because what happened was in '86, when I got out of college in '81. In '86, I bought my first 5-liter Mustang, and we built that and took it to the track. And the first time out, it went 1256, and it was like that was way too easy with that 5-liter Mustang, and then got tied up in the Pro 5.0 and the rest of it. So this car did actually sit for a real long time, and so I'm anxious to do with it what I intended when I was 16, which was to drive it all the time.
And the factory trans was the C6?
Was a C6, yeah. And if you take a look here at this VIN number, that 5th letter is a what? That's an R. So
there you go. What was the original color?
The original color, when I bought the car, it was white. and then it turned into, but the original color from the factory was black jade, which is a dark green metallic.
Right.
And so the guy had it painted white, and then when I got it, my buddy John D'Amico we painted it black. My mom was really perturbed because she said, when I asked her, Mom, what color should we paint it? She said, I don't care what color you're painting, just don't paint it black. And it was, we painted it black. So, but, yeah, it was funny.
Well, looking over here, it looks like you got your sheet metal, but tell me about what's going on with the door there, because you got some stickers and lettering.
Yeah, so this was, I mentioned, that 1290 class. My buddy Greg Kazel, he was driving it, so we had Wolf and Kazel on the door. Had the stocker cam was a crane cam, and these were it had the 428 Cobra Jet emblems on the fender, and then this was a stock hood, so it was it came factory with the hood pins in it, and this was the Ram Air hood that was on the factory.
Oh man, great stories. Now you're bringing it back to life. You excited?
Super excited. Okay. All right. So yeah, we're just dropping off the mock-up engine for the car. So that can be put in. We have the Indy Power Products Eliminator oil pan on it, which we're going to run, and that will help Dave get the front suspension. Then later on, we're going to put the Indy Power Products front and accessory drive on to make sure it clears everything. So there'll be some more videos coming in the future as the car progresses.
What intake are you doing?
On this, we're going to run the intake we're going to run is the Innovate individual throttle bodies. So that'd be a cool looking.
That'd be real cool under the hood.
Do you plan to keep that under the stock hood?
Yes, absolutely.
Dave, you excited about this project?
Extremely. This is like out of the scope of what we normally do here, so it'll let us showcase how talented my fab guys really are, because we're trying to make it a show car when it's all said and done, but something that he can drive every day. So yeah, it's we're looking forward to it. My guys are excited to get their hands on it and start building.